second.
My bad.
Hold on, hold on.
Let me make sure the thing came back right.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Yep, we back. All right.
Yeah.
Therapeutic Garden.
Hold on.
We the best.
We gotta, because I think people are getting a notification. Hold on, mic check.
1 2.
Yeah, for some reason the surge just hit and everything just restarted just like that.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's only 3 right now.
Yeah, I just got a power surge. I don't know where that came from.
Man. I guess we can. You want to get a room? We can get a room.
Yeah, it's back on all the channels now.
Okay. I'm on mute. Yeah, go. Did you just started the therapeutic one, right? We had that one. Therapeutic Garden Grants. Ma'am, where is she?
Wait, what happened? I'm sorry. My bad.
We back live.
It's horrible. I get notifications on. Okay, my bad.
I believe that you were about to read Therapeutic Garden Grants.
Okay, yes. Therapeutic Garden Grants. The National Garden Bureau promotes the health and healing powers of human interaction with plants through a yearly grant program for therapeutic gardens. Sakata Seed America is committed to supporting organizations in local communities throughout the United States, Canada, Mexico, and Central America to help people live productive, healthy, and enriched lives. American Meadows is respected online retailer of wildflower seeds, perennial plants, flower bulbs, and vegetable seeds in North America, and their people have been helping supply successful gardener partners since 1981. One amounts awarded up to $5,000. Geographic restrictions: North America.
Oh, I'm down here in South America. They hate. I'll be up there.
No. Remember, in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Central America. Oh, shoot. For information, visit https://ngb.org/or-application/US. Oh, wait, it's a part of it. Okay. U.S. Bank Community Possible Grants, 3 cycles. U.S. Bank Community Possible supports efforts to create stable jobs, better homes, and vibrant communities. Grants are awarded for fund economic development initiatives tied to work, home, and play. Applications open January 1st through January 31st. Work applications open from April 1st to April 30th. Home applications open from July 1st to July 31st. Neighborhood stability and revitalization. Oh, this is a whole nother thing. So let me go back up here. Hold on. Therapeutic Gardens. The 2019 Garden Grant application is now closed. Please check back in the early 2020 for the next year's Garden Grant application. Grants made possible by the National Garden Bureau and our members, American Meadows, Corona Tools, and Cicada America.
These hot links. Get it off of me. Get it off. No. What's going on here? No, okay. Yeah, please
Who's
go.
eligible to apply? Schools, nonprofits, hospitals, retirement centers, rehabilitation facilities,
Ooh.
veterans facilities, community centers, day camps, treatment facilities, and intergenerational groups throughout the United States, Canada are eligible.
That is a lot.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot of different folks.
Try saying that 10 times real fast. Applicants must document that they have had a therapeutic garden program completed for at least 1 year at the time of application, with at least 5-year commitment for the garden to remain on the property. First place awarded $3,000, second place awarded $1,000, third place awarded $1,000. The grants are co-funded by National Garden Bureau, Cicada Seed of America, and American Meadows. Application due 3.
Hold up. So that means you can get seeds and you don't got to deal with Monsanto?
Thank you. Okay.
on,
You know what? Maybe it's just me thinking, because
Well, hold up. They're not done. They got the submission process right up under that. July 1st, 2020, applications due. August 15th, 2020, 3 gardens selected from all applications. August 31st, 2020, final 1-minute videos must be submitted. September 15th, 2020, videos published and voting begins. September 30th, 2020, voting concludes. October 6th, which is 2019. Oh, this is from the old one. Already went backwards. So it'll be October 6th, 2020, votes tallied and winners notified. Then October 15th, 2020, the grants will be rewarded.
Man. What you
Basically,
doing, like
they have a whole process on how long it's going to take, when it happens, and what stage and what their expectations are if this is something that you tend on using.
You don't even get that with McDonald's Monopoly.
and crazy enough, if you being, man, I can't talk right now.
Man, I feel you.
But they didn't stop there. They got their post-award requirements. Grant program winners are required to provide the following: 5 to 10 photos of both plants and people in the garden. Garden is responsible for any model release permissions needed. A short biography on a gardener, client, patient who was helped by the garden that year. A status update 6 to 12 months after
You're talking about an herb garden, Gabriel.
Outlining the processes made with the grant money. And last is links of copies of any publicity garnered for your garden because of the grant donation made possible by the National Garden Bureau, Cicada Seed of America, and American Meadows, mentioning all 3 sponsors. So those are just your post-award requirements if you was to be awarded the grant. I don't think none of them stipulations are hard.
Bones, haven't we been talking about most of this stuff with the garden and the farm? But technically it's therapeutic food now. And then Gabrielle with the herbs and spices over there.
Look at this.
Therapeutic.
They got a Plants Map interactive, plant tags, pollinator hotel.
Hey, above that pollinator hotel is
Yep.
Me and you'll talk about that later.
Yep.
Me and you'll talk about that later, dog. That's what I'm talking about. Even the one all the way to the top of the left. Top left. Yeah, that one. But no, that's tangent. My bad. Tangent. We tangenting the tangerines. Let's yeah, we all right. We gonna be all right. It's Taco Tuesday. We gonna talk about it.
But you said you getting your stretch on? Smooth it out now.
It's time for the garden planter.
It is Tuesday.
It's time for the garden planter.
See, it's not noon yet. You can't do that song this early.
Go ahead, Dad. Yo, I watched the video the other day. Look, this right here. Okay, listen. I figured out how to create it, and I'm gonna be working on it this weekend. How to create it where I basically create a trellis where it's gonna be like kind of like hanging baskets to make it to where the watermelon and cantaloupe, instead of taking like putting it on the ground, where each melon can sit on like kind of like a basket, but trellis it around, like wrap the vine around to where each. Oh, okay. You know what? We talk later. Let me go back. More funding.
Enough tangerines for you. That's what I'm gonna start saying for all of us. All right, that's enough tangerines. I've had enough tangerines.
Because she just ain't taking a slice, peeling the whole thing.
The whole thing.
And look.
Like y'all be tangerining too early in a right?
Look, I'm about to invest into some good headphones. Take
All
y'all
that
with
citrus.
me. Where you at? Outside in the sun, playing with dirt and plants. Okay.
Therapeutic.
As I read this, U.S. Bank. Let's see what it populates. Online, mobile. Check.
We on that U.S. Bank community possible grants?
Yep.
Oh, we talking about some more money?
Yep.
For communities to put themselves back on their feet without putting themselves in jeopardy, having to fill out no faulty paperwork that makes you a sovereign citizen, whether you agree with it or not.
Man.
Hey, Bones, did I have to go discover some secret account that they have for me and do some funny stuff with my birth certificate to get it access to it with my social security?
All these people looking for that secret account with that birth certificate. I'm going to tell you what it's called: the jailhouse. I'm going to leave it alone.
Secret account. Oh, them the numbers you're going to get. Them new numbers.
You better let it go.
That's a life TKO. Come on now.
Looks like another life TKO.
That other 4-letter or 4-letter L word, you better. Whoa,
have y'all noticed too that even though we had this COVID-19 going on, that all these grants, that's not stopping them from helping the communities?
Nope, it is sure not.
Not at all.
And everyone we've been on, they had an update for COVID-19 to let you know that they're still
on their website.
That they're still doing the grant, they're still doing the funding, they're still helping communities. They just letting you know they're just updating how they're doing it so they can be safer with the process, but they're still doing it.
Bones, I think I noticed that with most businesses out there, their websites are updated with their, the COVID-19, any implementations that they have or anything that they're doing now that's been updated on websites. So, I guess it's proper business practices to keep up with your members and customers and
I'm stuck
everything.
on.
Come on now.
I'm looking at the grant categories they got under play: arts, culture, and place.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you didn't even get. Yeah, look, we were supposed. That's what you clicked the link for, Gabrielle.
Again, under the play category of grants, this is what they got now, brothers and sisters. Arts.
Look, can you see?
We do that. Culture. Oh yeah, we got that. And places to play. Accepting applications January 1st through the 31st for that one. Then they got work.
What do you mean by places to play? You can do
education and economic prosperity. Accepting applications April 1st to April 30th. So if you're educated in the work one, you can actually click on that and start learning about that now, because the applications are being accepted from April 1st to April 30th.
16 more days.
Next category they have on here is home, neighborhood stability, revitalization. Accepting applications July 1st through July 31st. Again, that's home, neighborhood stability, and revitalization. Accepting applications July 1st through the 31st. Time. That's what it looked like to me. Do we got to bring back that old commercial? What are you doing? Sitting on the couch right now?
I'm telling you, we do. We do need to bring that commercial back.
We can go get this guy off the couch and hire him to do some commercials for this. I'm just saying.
For real. They have to help you.
Oh,
him and the female.
Oh. Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know, y'all. Sound like help to me. What you thinking, Gabrielle? What you thinking?
I'm thinking that excuses, they get lonely. Oh.
I just want to read this real quick in the same category before you go to the next one. It says the U.S. Bank Foundation Community Possible Grant Program will not provide funding for. Again, will not provide funding for organizations that discriminate based on race, ethnicity, color, sex, religion, age, national origin, ancestry, citizenship, sexual orientation, gender identity and or expression, disability, marital status, genetic information, veteran status, or other factors that are protected by law.
Addressing all the haters out there. You're gonna recognize.
And there's more. I just read that one off because, that's the first one. And that first one eliminates a whole lot of people who need to change some views on how they get to work.
Come on, man. Come on, but you had to do that.
Games no more.
It's
that type
not
of ideology
Friday.
gets you locked out. That type of ideology gets you locked out. That type of ideology breaks up families.
You ain't lying about
Everybody
that.
sitting out here acting like everybody in your family look the same. Stop playing.
Come on now. Really? Go ahead and kick your great grandma out. That's why you at it.
While you bull spitting.
That's all they know how to do.
Time to get some tissue. Here's some tissue. You left it on the top of your lip. All that bull spitting. And that amount awarded for that varies. National Park Service Save America's Treasure Grant Program. Application deadline is so I guess it would be the deadline for this year would be December 10th, 2020.
2020, yes.
Gotcha. The National Park Service, in partnership with the Institute of Museum and Library Services, IMLS, the National Endowment for the Humanities, NEH, and the National Endowment for the Arts, NEA, is now accepting applications for $13 million in matching grants to support the preservation of nationally significant historic properties and collections through the Save America's Treasure program. Since 1999, another summer, the Save America's Treasure program has leveraged more than $340 million in federal appropriations through the Historic Preservation Fund and attracted $399 million in private investment to help communities preserve nationally significant properties and collections across the country, creating more than 16,000 jobs along the way. Save America's Treasures grants are awarded through a competitive process and require a dollar-for-dollar non-federal match, which can be cash or documented in kind services. To be considered for this funding, historic properties must be
equity. Keyword, sweat equity.
Exactly.
What can you do for you?
To be considered for this funding, historic properties must be listed as National Historic Landmarks or at the national level of significance in the National Register of Historic Places, and a case must be made for a collection's national significance. For more information about the Save America's Treasures Grants program, visit http://go.nps.gov/SAT.
And a lot of people probably would be like, well, how can we use this for benefit? Simple. Let's say you're doing genealogy and you start finding these historical places that's in your family or that's in tribes and they're still around. Now you found the place and you have the document that ties it in history. That's making it historic, so you can have a case on why it needs to be saved and restored.
Applications must be submitted through grants.gov by December 10th, 2020, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Application instructions and materials for both types of projects are available through grants.gov. State, Tribal, Local Plans and Grants Division.
What we keep saying, it's on us, y'all. This is just another page of programs and stuff that we can use to fix the conditions that we're in now, that we have no business and don't be needing to wait for nobody else to come do it. We can fix the problems of our communities by being active members of our communities, by actually making a difference.
Eligible applicants. The range of eligible applicants is defined by the National Historic Preservation Act 54 USC 300101 and Save America's Treasure Program authorizing language, and it's limited to nonprofit, tax-exempt 501c3, U.S. organizations, units of state or local government, federally recognized Indian tribes, Alaskan Natives, and Native Hawaiian organizations as defined in 54 U.S.C. 300300, educational institutions, federal agencies funded by the Department of Interior and related agencies with the exception of National Park Service, NPS. Grants are not be available for work on sites or collections owned by NPS. Other federal agencies collaborating with nonprofits partner to preserve the historical properties or collections owned by the federal agency may submit applications to the nonprofit partner. Historic properties and collections associated with the active religious organizations.
Which means, again, I'm working, we have A2, doing a lot of community work and stuff in the area here in Tifton. So if we come across something that's of American Indian importance, I can have the city people that I work with use A2 to pull the grant so we can restore American Indian culture in our land.
Again, yeah, but it's saying you can be partnered with government
agencies. That's what I'm saying. The government agency can't pull the grant, but A2 can pull the grant for the government agency to fix it.
Correct.
You know, these same people that be like, don't partner up with them. What you mean? Y'all need to read more. Reading is fundamental. It's fundamental and it's fundamental.
Right. Man. Can't unsee this.
That was the last link for today. We can go ahead and give our thoughts on it.
Is it? No, this one. No, we got one more.
One more up under it? Oh, okay, I see.
My bad. Museum Assessment Program, MAP.
Map.
Since its inception, the Museum Assessment Program has helped more than 5,000 small and mid-sized museums of all types strengthen their operations, plan for the future, and meet field-wide standards. Your help in sharing the availability and benefits of MAP with your members is critical to our collective efforts to strengthen the field. We invite you to use the following messages to share the exciting developments coming to MAP and promote the upcoming deadline. AAM is now accepting applications for our next MAP class, including for 2 new MAP assessment types: board leadership and education and interpretation. The deadline to submit an online application is December 1st. Okay, so this would be December 1st, 2020.
Yeah, because this last year, yeah, so the next one would be 2020, correct. Again, time for you to sit down, develop your plans. We don't rush. We cross our T's, dot our I's. Because again, if it took us 200 years to get in this mess, not saying that it will, but if it took us 200 years to get out of it, we must be willing to make that commitment. We got to stop trying to fast and shortcut. We got to actually slow down, get it right, because it's that important. Our futures depend on this. Our children's future depends on this.
Right. Okay. We welcome applications from all states, museum types, and sizes. We are particularly interested in reaching these states: Massachusetts, Connecticut, Georgia, Tennessee, Oregon, Washington, Oklahoma, Colorado, Kansas, Iowa, and Indiana. And specialty museum types such as science museums, children's museums, garden arboretums, and tribal, ethnic, and cultural specific museums. What? That's an embrace.
But people turn around and tell you that these same entities trying to hold you down without even going to do no research to see that these entities that they blindly pointing fingers at are the ones giving you funding and making it possible for you to restore your community, tell your true story, restore your cultural valuable things that scattered across the land. I don't know. What am I missing here?
I can't call it.
Yeah, this is the second half of MAP. Yeah, just dealing with the MAP. Mm-hmm. And the whole process of the evaluation is just a 1 year. And guess what it says? It got that favorite word again, no sellout. Through a 1 year process of self-assessment. Ain't no outside entities coming in to assess you. It's a self-assessment. So basically all they saying is you got to be honest to yourself. And if you run around here lying to yourself, you got a whole lot more issues and this ain't gonna fix it.
I did it.
What's y'all thoughts on what we read this rising? How you
More
feel?
funding to play in the dirt and be successful and pass on knowledge, create museums, tell our story.
Facts.
I mean, that's just me. That's just me.
Also, Gabrielle, an arboretum or arboretum, but I don't know. It's a museum of trees.
Ooh.
It's like a botanical garden of trees and shrubs, woody plants.
Ooh, I told you what my dream room is.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
So, final thought on today's funding links.
Yeah. What excuse do you have?
They out to help you.
Yeah. Here is more proof for more funding to establish things that benefit people and communities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. More programs, more funding. And really, all it takes is your time, your commitment to establishing, facilitating. You know what?
Oh, Gabrielle, you was reading something. James said, read it out loud. Whatever you was reading.
Huh?
You was just reading something about a minute ago. I was looking in the chat. James was asking, can you read it out loud? Whatever you was reading.
Was I reading it on the screen? Or
Whatever you was just reading.
I don't know. What I was just reading is keep your excuses to yourself. I'm busy too. I don't know. I'm not even sure if it was on my computer.
No, it's something out loud, not like.
No, he's talking about the tree part. Planting one tree doesn't make Then he says, read that out loud. People will plant one tree and try to get grant money. Yeah, he just got caught busting laughing live.
Mm-hmm. I heard that.
Wow.
Man, I put an orange seed in the ground with my money. It don't work that way, y'all.
It don't work like that.
I got one tree.
I got one tree.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know what? It's no excuses. There's no excuses for real. And these are government links. These are actually established businesses links.
I mean, tell the truth, they real websites that you can check out. The IP
Real
address and all that
companies
stuff.
that
You know, we do that anyway. We're gonna research anything before we give it to our community anyway.
Yeah.
It's reckless when you don't.
See this? This says established since 1981. One.
And you know they just didn't pop up out of nowhere.
Correct. And then use another. Well, you know what? Nope.
I mean, if that's all the input we have on this link, we can go ahead, let the relatives get on about this day. Us ourselves, we got a couple of very important community meetings today as well.
Oh shoot! Sound like progress.
Got that word.
Recess.
About to do some work.
Okay, salivations. Keep on your genealogy. Know who you are so that no one can tell you who you are. Pass that information along to your children so they know who they are, so no one can tell them who they are. Pass that information along to your family so they can know who they are, so no one can tell them who they are. Pass that information along to your friends. At the end of the day, genealogy is important. You don't know who you are, who you come from, where you come from until you do your genealogy. Period. So knowing is half the battle. It's what you do with it, how you talk about it, see what pertains to you and what doesn't pertain to you. See how something affects you and how it doesn't affect you. But regardless, genealogy is still important. Anyone telling you not to do genealogy, something wrong with them. Do your genealogy. Again, know who you are so that no one can tell you who you are, because it is important. It cuts down a lot of confusion and it cuts down a lot of misinformation. If you know who you are, where you come from, who you come from, no one can tell you where you come from and who you come from. It cuts out the misinformation that gets put out there. It cuts out that blanket titles that people try to put on everyone. Nope. Know who you are so that no one can tell you who you are. Do your genealogy. It may not happen overnight where you find out all the information doing your genealogy, but it will happen. Some information comes a little bit quicker than others. Still, do not stop on your genealogy. It is important for you to know, your children to know, your family to know, for all of us to know. It is important. With that,
mic check.
1 2 1 2.
That's very important. I would like to interrupt. Dude of Vision says you're ignoring his one-liners, and they don't work unless you read them out loud.
Okay, wait.
He's in the YouTube chat.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, you can. You about to hit your
no,
quotes,
I
right?
got to look at the other one. My bad.
Gotcha. Shout out, Chain Flames.
Okay, I'm not ignoring. Okay, where let me go back up to him. Oh, sticking a Charlie Brown Christmas tree and calling it a community garden. That ain't gonna work.
Yeah, you know the mother from Charlie Brown you never see, but all you always hear.
You know the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, you know, it's not until the end of the episode that it's full. Before that, it's like 3 twigs with a couple little pine needles sticking out.
They got a half a cone leaning to the third.
I've been nurturing this for years. Why it's not growing?
But yeah, my bad. I ain't, it was my bad. I just saw him actively typing. I had to let you know.
No, I'm on point. I can't. Sometimes I can't multitask. Shout out to those back chat Kenyans running all those marathons. running.
That's terrible. That sounded like it was from James. I was like, did she say that or he said that?
Oh no. I mean, I'm quick-witted, but no, not that quick-witted. Said, wait a minute, that sounds like. Okay. April 1st came and went, but what it didn't stop is people participating in the census. You can still participate in the census. Period. Anyone telling you not to participate in the census, to me, and this is me saying this, to me, they want your communities to go without, to lose, to fail. They want people
They want the gentrification.
Right. More than just wanting gentrification. You know what? People telling you not to do the census, you got to ask them, well, did you do the census? Period. Because why would someone tell you to do something that they're not doing? Why would somebody tell you to fail? You really got to question, wait, why do you want me to fail? The census literally, actually affects funding, period. Affects programs that are implemented in these communities, in these neighborhoods, in these cities, in these counties, in these states, period. If we do not participate, we lose out. What we don't participate in, the next other people are, period. If we don't participate, doesn't stop businesses from participating. If we don't see the benefits, somebody else sees the benefits, period. Us not participating, us not doing the census is the same as saying, I'm hungry, but nah, I'm good. Again, another link showing grants and programs and services. And I'm pretty sure, absolutely sure, that how they're pulling this information comes from the census, period. The census tells you that, look, we take this information, and the ACS census, that's on your local level, that affects your local level, ACS census, period. Shout out to Lucy Lawless Esquire teaching bootleg courses.
You forgot the one shout out. Shout out to them back chat Kenyans running all them marathons. I know them feet hurt.
And another one. Do the census. Please, please, please. Again, not only is it required by law, but I mean, this is our future. What are we doing? What are we not doing? Do the census. Help yourself, help your community. Period. If you're going for funding, getting grants, utilizing programs, I know I am. If you're utilizing programs and you're getting funding, you're getting it because people participated in the census. So that funding can be available for you to utilize it. Period. There's no way around it. Just do the census. Anyone telling you not to do the census, they're literally intentionally telling you to fail. They're literally wanting your communities to fail. That's not a good thing at all. Do the census. Make yourself count so that you can count. You can't complain about something you don't participate in. Period. And if you can complain about something, you can do something about it. Just saying. So do the census, please. And again, we've read so many times that do not share your information with any government agencies. They don't pass your information along to the local police department like here they are. Because if they did, how would they be able to account for the people who were considered undocumented immigrants on the census? If there are people within the United States that fill out the census knowing that they're considered undocumented immigrants, what? Just saying. Shout out
Tell
to the
these
Quincy
people something they
Jones
don't
of the
know about me.
Huh?
Nothing.
Shout out to the Quincy Jones of Backchats, assembling 800 people to the group, but doesn't say why he did it. We the world.
This is all one person, by the way.
Shout out to Do Division.
I'm talking about the person you're talking about as one person.
We are the world. Yeah, do the census, participate. Again, it is important. It affects funding. When you don't participate in the census, and it's a large number of people not participating in the census, it is a large number of people not being accounted for or represented in its proper way, period. The census also affects, if people didn't pay attention to it, the census also affects people who run for these political positions, period. It affects your representation. So participate in the census. You still have time. So peace to the chat, peace to the panel, peace to the silent majority. With that being said, shout out to Double Cousin for these wise words. Appreciate you. Shout out to A2. I'm growing. All about excuses, because there's no excuses. Leadership is about taking responsibility, not making excuses. And again, keep your excuses to yourself. I'm busy too. Shout out to the dude telling you not to do the census, which is free, but wants you to send them Cash App funds.
What?
Thumb up and like the family, like the video, family. Thumb up and share it.
Don't count yourself for the census, but count yourself for my channel. If you don't shit your behind in the
Contradiction. It's contradiction, man.
Excuses. Embracing messy hair and sweatpants.
What?
You running laps around them while they sitting on the couch. Results or excuses, your choice. There are two options: make progress or make excuses. Okay, I'm gonna try to use do the vision voice. Subscribe to my channel and get those thumbs up, family. Like crying wolf, if you keep looking for sympathy as a justification for your actions, you will someday be left standing alone when you really need help.
Somebody help him.
He needs some milk.
Failure is a fuel for excuses. An excuse is a way of promising ourselves we will have that same issue again.
One more time.
An excuse is a way of promising ourselves we will have that same issue again.
And would that lead to insanity? Repeat itself, and you expect a different. So what?
That's why I'd rather just throw the trash out.
Right? Take the garbage out front soon.
I don't care where it goes. Just get it from around our communities.
Right.
Gotta go, gotta go.
I've always wondered where explanations end and excuses begin.
Whoa, one more time. The X words, man. I'm trying to tell you, the X-Men's is out.
X is coming for you.
Huh.
Can't do
nothing for you.
No, nah.
We don't give up. No, okay. No. We're at the end of the show. No swear jars. We all right. All right.
Duck. Excuse.
Hey.
You got that right. Yeah, they playing duck excuse.
Man, for real.
Not duck goose.
Type cat to fight you someplace, and they duck all day. Then 3 days later, they got a lame excuse.
Hold on. Shout out to the dude wanting to help them buy land when USDA has grants and forgivable loans to purchase farmland. You name it. I've always wondered where explanations end and excuses begin.
I guess
that's the name of a channel.
Man. He that is good for making excuses is seldom good for anything else. Or she. It's up to you.
An excuse.
Again, be stronger than your excuses. Excuses are the currency that allow you to not act. Excuses, no one cares, work harder. Small daily improvements over time lead to stunning results. And again, excuses are well thought out lies.
True.
Excuses will always be there for you. Opportunity won't. Again, this has been said before, but still, I like it. When a leader buys his or her own excuses, he or she also unfortunately sells them to their team, their people.
Buying low, selling high.
An excuse is a skin of reason stuffed with a lie.
What kind of turducken? What?
Pessimism is an excuse for not trying and a guarantee to a personal failure. And last but not least, many things aren't equal, but everyone gets the same 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days in a year. We make time for what we truly want. And lastly, excuses are useless. Results are priceless. Peace to the panel, peace to the chat, peace to the silent majority. Get out there and do something. Get actively involved in your community. Get actively involved in the knowing and what's going on in your community, what's going on in your states. Yeah. We are individually responsible for what we know. You can't unknow it. You can't unsee it. You can't unhear it. So we are individually responsible for what we do with what we know, what we do with the truth, or what we don't do with it. And individually, we still affect collectively. So yeah. Participate. It works. These funds work. Lastly, shout out to Bones. Shout out to Bones, the Coward 19 test kit. Dudes were talking reckless in 2019, but cowered down in 2020 when he enters the room.
Anyway,
Coward, look, Coward 19, not COVID-19, the Coward 19. Oh, they put a mask on when Bones show up. I get it. Like, no, it was, I was just, whereas it was just, I was just.
You know what? Thank you for that, Dude Division. I got a last one. People with integrity do what they say they are going to do. Others have excuses. Okay, double cousin, your turn.
My turn. I mean, you could have said what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah. Saturday. Shout out to Pamela Hall. Saturday's call meetings. Yeah. Call or log on when the link is set out, because we can go over some extended information dealing with the census that is very helpful and very informative. Again,
but even further,
especially when it comes to filling out the census.
Yeah,
even more, it goes even more with the census or beyond the census. Some of it, right, because there's a lot of census questions that people ask that we can't address on air. And then also the importance of the Saturday meetings. For those who really want to get things moving, that's what we put together and work as communities to start finding out what we can do with each other. Exactly. Because you're not going to get too much actual work done on these live streams, because you try to keep it entertaining, you're trying to keep it informative so people can do the research themselves. But those who are interested, who have businesses, who are setting up businesses, who are in their community doing the work, then Saturday meeting is designed for you. At the end of the meeting, you will have a better understanding on what funding you can use in your community. You have a better understanding on what you can build in your community. You have a better understanding on what communities are building and what they have, and who you can network with to bring better resources and programs to your community. But again, if we don't use these opportunities, if we don't take this time that we have right now, next year, now one of us better be complaining about why our children got to go through this mess. That's real talk.
Man.
Everything is shut down right now but internet. Everybody ain't going to work. And as a community, We need to start putting things together so when this stuff happens, we are not suffering. Because
Nice.
other communities, guess what they're doing? They're producing while we're consuming. So again, if you're beyond the talk and the stuff that you see on all these reckless YouTube channels, and I'm not talking about the good ones out there, because there's a lot of good channels out there that's about giving the information, that's showing the sources, showing you the proof. But any channel, and I don't care how nobody feels, any channel that's giving you any information and can't give you the link to the real source is conning you. I'm gonna say it again. Anybody teaching you law and don't know the basic thing that you have no business even talking law on an online platform, if you're not a lawyer, is a con man.
This is correct.
Anybody telling you to do authenticating your birth certificate and this and that, and you're not, and they're not showing you where it comes from, is a con man. Anybody telling you to do UCC codes, whether it's UCC 1 or non-UCC, is a con man. And to make it even worse, brothers and sisters, how do these same individuals have the audacity to stand up on a platform, tell you all day the white man this, the white man this, the white man that, the white man this, and turn right back around and use the white man tactics to get our brothers and sisters jammed up?
Jammed all the way up.
And you know what? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Gabrielle. Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to add to this. Anybody, I don't care what they say or what they do. If they're telling you to authenticate your birth certificate, trust and believe. I'm telling you what I know. If they're telling you to authenticate your birth certificate, what's going to come later? If they're not talking UCC now, they will talk UCC later. If they're not talking about scam, check, all that stuff now, they will lump you and bring you into that later. Period.
It doesn't even matter if they ever do. It doesn't even matter how you feel. It doesn't matter how nobody feels. At the end of the day, if you filling out this fraudulent paperwork, which we will be dropping, since people want to keep running, cowards, playing reckless with our brothers and sisters, because those are our brothers and sisters out there. Whether they misinformed or not, those are our brothers and sisters.
Big facts.
So everything that you don't put on your channel, just to all of you, and you didn't want to have these conversations in the back chat where there's proof that you were giving, proof that you was teaching our people misinformation, we finna put it on live. Everything y'all have ever said.
Let's do it.
Finna start showing our brothers and sisters who really here for the community and who the scammers still are. And on that note, y'all keep doing your work in the communities.
Facts.
Don't let nobody tell you what we can't do. Don't let nobody create no boogeyman keep telling you that's why you can't get by. The only thing in our way is that reflection in the mirror, ourselves. So continue working on genealogy so no one may ever tell us who we are and who we are not. Record your records. Keep copies of your genealogy. Again, how can you complain about our history not being here? And we just read a link how there's funding, free funding to start your own museums, your own libraries. So why are we twiddling our thumbs? Really? I make it easy for them. We done did over 100-some different shows dealing with programs. My challenge to you people say that who we agents and all this, pick one and debunk it. I don't care which one it is. Just pick one and debunk it. Pick one program and debunk it. But you can't.
No, they won't.
We must take our responsibility and face it head on. We must accept the things that we did wrong in these situations and fix it. No, we are not 100% responsible for all the actions that made us here, but we are the results of them bad choices. And it's not dark and gloom, brothers and sisters. The solution is we inform each other, each one teach one, and we make better choices. And we have to stop being afraid to call out people. I don't care if they look like you. Wrong is wrong. We're going to complain about somebody else doing you wrong because they don't look like you, but you're going to give a pass to the person that looks like you. How do you think we were infiltrated? You don't get infiltrated by people who don't look like you, brothers and sisters. You get infiltrated by the ones who are you, working for the other side. So again, continue to work in your communities. Continue to learn about the programs that you can do today to make your community a better place for tomorrow and for the future moving forward. We have to continue to reach out to like-minded individuals in your community because we're all not going to get along. It's not meant to be that way. But the people that you can see eye to eye with, work with them. Do the best that you can. Continue to push the envelope and box those in the corner that are here to take advantage of the American Indian and those who want to keep us in the same place. Because believe me, they look just like you and me. So until we link up to the next Rising Show, remember we love you and peace.
One. I got one.
Good.
Okay.
A man or woman who has no excuse for a crime is indeed defenseless.
That's way more than the toothpiece you got caught with.
Peace, y'all.
And again, shout outs to everybody who came and listened from all the chats. Special shout out to Coach Crew Cut for checking in. Special shout out to Tasha She. Appreciate the support and the love. And like we keep saying, all of us like-minded out there. It's time for us to link up and run these scammers, these frauds, parasites, and vampires out of our communities. Peace.
Wait a minute. Got one more. Shout out to No
Yeah.
Sellout, the Don King of Voodoo Hexes.
What? Ain't nobody doing nothing.
Bloodsuckers don't have reflections. That's why they don't have a conscience.
Nobody
Shout out to
sees
those
you.
Portuguese.
Oh, them Portuguese, the ones that they call African Americans, the real African Americans. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Addressing all the haters out there.
We said we built it, don't give it to them, but they don't want it.
They don't
Enough
want it.
electoral votes, more than 270, more than enough to become the 44th president of the United States. He will be the first African-American president of the United States.
I've been broke all my life, but I kept hope all them nights. You see business in my
Shout out to the
city,
Solomon
they
Jordan.
closed all them twice. I was just riding down, selling
that.
all them damn potholes. I can't drive. I know y'all can fix it faster, but I know y'all won't try. Don't nobody care about us. And that's wrong vote. Voted for Obama back in 2012. I remember that's when I had hope. He was saying, yes, we can. And everybody got less food stamps. And when I turned 21, I was still broke. I'd never vote again. I don't think I ever had a president make my life better. Did it all on my own. Ain't no politician ever do a nice gesture. I don't even know the mayor's name. I ain't never seen her one time ever. Tell me how she gonna help the city. What I'm supposed to do, write letters? What I'm supposed to do, blame Trump? He ain't never really gave a ain't nobody raised minimum wage. None of these jobs pay enough. I think they just want to keep us broke, cause they ain't putting nothing in place for us. This how all my people feel, but we gotta learn. We complained enough, let me change it up. Everything I just said, everybody I know think the same way. See, they don't want to see us vote, and we never do, so we see the same thing. But all our votes really do count, and they'll never really let it show. So now I'm finna break it down, cause if I don't, you would probably never know. First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us, it was 3 branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor or the governor and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws. They just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch. Yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do, okay, y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it, though. So you know how back in 08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws. They the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The State House make the court costs. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't wanna tell you this, they want you to focus on the president. Now the third branch is the judicial, that's judges. They the reason why John Crawford and Trayvon ain't had justice. So when Meek Mill got locked up just for popping willies, we blame the judge and not the city when they let her get voted in. Cause they ain't know who to vote against. Imagine life on the other side. Roads better, schools better, everybody get their license back. Grocery store food better, custody of your kids back. Homeless people get new shelters. If we gon' fix the U.S., we gotta start with them 2 letters, me and you. Somebody told us that the government wanna keep us broke, but the only reason why those people in the government is cause we ain't vote. And I ain't talking about the president, I'm talking about the ones we ain't know. See, they was gonna try to keep it low, but it's gonna hurt them when they see the pros.
Every time you stay home, someone is making a decision about you, making decisions about the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food your kids eat, and how much money you bring home every 2 weeks. So every time you sit out an election, every time you don't show up because you think it doesn't matter, someone else is happy that you didn't show up, so they can make that decision for you. Vote.
Enough electoral votes, more than 270, more than enough to become the 44th President of the United States. He will be the first African-American President of the United States.
I've been broke all my life, but I kept hope all them nights. You see business in my city? Yeah, they closed all them twice. I was just riding down Salem, all them damn potholes I can't drive. I know y'all can fix it faster, but I know y'all won't try. Don't nobody care about us. And that's why I don't vote. Voted for Obama back in 2012. I remember that's when I had hope. He was saying, yes, we can. And everybody got less food stamps. And when I turned 21, I was still broke. I'd never vote again. I don't think I ever had a president make my life better. Did it all on my own. Ain't no politician ever do a nice gesture. I don't even know the man's name. I ain't never seen her one time ever. Tell me how she gonna help the city. What I'm supposed to do, write letters? What I'm supposed to do, blame Trump? He ain't never really gave it. Ain't nobody raised minimum wage. None of these jobs pay enough. I think they just want to keep us broke, cause they ain't putting none in place for us. This how all my people feel, but we gotta learn. We complained enough, let me change it up. Everything I just said, everybody I know think the same way. See, they don't want to see us vote, and we never do, so we see the same thing. But all our votes really do count, and they'll never really let it show. So now I'm finna break it down, cause if I don't, you would probably never know. First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us, it was 3 branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor or the governor and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws, they just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch, yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do, okay y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in 08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws. They the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The State House make the court costs. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't wanna tell you this, they want you to focus on the president. Now the third branch is the judicial, that's judges. They the reason why John Crawford and Trayvon ain't had justice. So when Meek Mill got locked up just for popping willies, we blame the judge and not the city when they let her get voted in. Cause they ain't know who to vote against. Imagine life on the other side. Roads better, schools better, everybody get their license back. Grocery store food better, custody of your kids back. Homeless people get new shelters. If we gon' fix the U.S., we gotta start with them 2 letters. Me and you. Somebody told us that the government wanna keep us broke, but the only reason why those people in the government is cause we ain't vote. And I ain't talking about the president, I'm talking about the ones we ain't know. See, they was gonna try to keep it low, but it's gonna hurt them when they see the pros.
Every time you stay home, someone is making a decision about you, making decisions about the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food your kids eat, and how much money you bring home every 2 weeks. So every time you sit out an election, every time you don't show up because you think it doesn't matter, someone else is happy that you didn't show up, so they can make that decision for you. Vote.
Enough electoral votes, more than 270,